Hey, please support me and my eBay shop. Go to ebay.com. Just type in Latrice Limited and then it'll say store. Click on it and then go ahead and support me. I would greatly appreciate it. Now let's get into the video. I was on the Twitter bird, but I came across this tweet and it was rather disturbing because I was like, oh, this is what we're doing? Okay. So it says it right here. There are black men on TikTok saying black women are the worst thing to ever happen to the black community, and that of them is the only way to fix the community. This is deranged. Okay. And there's a video of it. Okay. I'm just going to link it down below. But I thought that was pretty darn interesting. Okay. Because it's like, you do realize if you don't have a black male and a black female, then there's no you, right? So I don't, and mind you, on this little panel, I'm gonna try to get just a little screenshot of it. You got black people on there, black men and black women. So if she ain't there, you ain't either. So you don't value yourself either. Okay. So essentially this video was talking about getting rid of the black woman, the mother, and then people are okay, well, what about the kid? Get rid of that kid too. So you want to just eliminate the woman and the black child, and then you go and get whoever else you're trying to get. Okay. So, and granted, this video was short, it was a clip, but the video that followed it aided in what they were talking about. Okay. Another thing that kind of was interesting was that people were mentioning how the black women there were not really saying anything. They were just like quiet, and they're like, oh, that speaks volumes. Well, if you've seen any kind of other podcast or anything like that, where you have all these multiple people, you have a lot of black men that don't want you to interject. It's like, well, once I'm done giving my piece, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna say something. It's like, well, not yet, and it's always like one of those kind of things that you see anyways. So I would assume that's why. What I'm thinking this whole issue is about is how obviously we look at the black community and how destructive it actually is. Okay. So you could compare it to, and then let's look at America, for example. You could compare it to the Hispanics, the Latino population, the Asian population, the white population, your Indian population, if you want to as well. The main thing about it is the black community, we just do not have a sense of togetherness. We don't have that cultural aspect. And I'm not talking about religions or anything like that. I'm talking about just culturally being with each other. Look at the Hispanic population in the United States of America, for example. And I'm not talking about everybody, of course, but let's look at Hispanics, for example. You have a lot of Hispanics that they're living with their grandma, or their grandma's living with them. They're very close knit. They're hanging out with each other more often. There's not a whole bunch of, mess going on. Everyone's supportive of each other. Hey, you're going to do this. Hey, let me go help you out with this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let's help each other out. Black community, we're so separated with each other. Black community, we're looking at Asian people do the same thing. Indian people do the same thing. But when you come down to the black people, for example, there's no culture there. But when you look at the black people, we're so separated. Black people, black families want to compete with other black families. Oh, your people went to school. My people didn't go to college. Oh, you think you uppity. You, what? Where are you getting that from? Well, because you think you are. That's how black people are. It's always a competition, with somebody else. I'm competing against you. Well, we're in the same boat. We're not competing against each other. Well, it's a competition between me and you. It's always something, you could be in a certain program and then you have people, what you doing here? Why are you over here? Why are you doing this? Why you think you get this? It's always that kind of thing. Okay. And this is not based on gender in either or. But what I'm thinking about in terms of you have these men so angry at black women, I think this has also a lot of things to do with the absence of the black father. Okay. And I feel like these black men are blaming these black women, saying, well, it's your fault why the black man isn't in the house. It's your fault. So you're blaming her, saying, well, you made my dad leave. You're the reason why my dad's not there. You made him leave. How does she do that? You're the reason why he's not paying child support. You're making him not pay child support. Why is he not paying child support? If I'm taking care of you full time, why shouldn't he be paying it? I'm telling him not to do that. Okay, I think you give black women a little bit too much credit. You're not, talking to the black men who are actually doing said actions. All right, you're saying, oh well, you're the reason why my dad doesn't see me every week. Hey, you could do. Hey, I even know personally how you would have a black male be there, and they would not see their kid. The mother is saying, hey, you could see him whenever you want. Whenever, weekends or whatever, when they're not in school, you can come after their school's over, whatever. And you don't do it. Okay. So that's her fault too, that you don't do it. Okay. It's your fault why my daddy didn't take sole custody. It's your fault why he didn't do it. Is it? He could have done it. Go ahead. But nobody wants the responsibility. That's the thing. And that's really what it boils down to. That's going to be my next point. But nobody wants the responsibility. Oh, it's your fault he doesn't love us. It's your fault he doesn't care about us. No, it's not. What I will say is, in addition to the reason why the black community is looking how it is, because nobody wants the dang responsibility. That's really what it boils down to at the end of the day. Because you could look at a lot of different things. And you could just look at, okay, you got the Ray Rays and Pookies out here. You got this going on. You got this going on, that going on, right? I was just watching a video the other day, and someone brought in like a Uzi, and that person was going to, obviously use it against another student because they were like in middle school. You know what I mean? A lot of people who don't want the responsibility. And you may be like, okay, Alex, you keep saying that. What does that mean? You have a lot of people who don't want to parent. You have a father who chooses to be absent. Okay, you have a father who chooses to be absent in their child's life. They could very much easily take care of the kid. You don't even have to be with the baby mama. You don't have to do that. You could just provide for the kid, get the kid clothes, food, school supplies, take them out but you don't want to do that. Okay, you don't want to have that responsibility. But for you to go and blame somebody else because you made a decision, how was that fair? Now we could go and bring it back to the black woman. I see a lot of these black women, you got a kid and you out in the club, you going like, yeah, girl, yes, you loving it. You having so much fun. You living it up. Why are you not taking care of your kid? Your kid has problem at school, not getting the work done, struggling with homework. Why are you not helping them with that? Why are you guys bonding watching TV, but not bonding teaching them some real skills that they're going to be able to use later on? Why are you not motivating them? Why are you not keeping them out of these streets? Where's your kid right now? Oh, they out with day and where? Oh, well, what time is it? Well, it's about 10 p.m. Why are they out? And there was another thing that even took place. It was up in Chicago where they were essentially calling it riots. And it was a whole bunch of black kids. And, they're just out. Do their parents know where they are? Do their parents even care where they are? Looking at the way that they were dressed, you could tell that they're in the mix of the Ray Rays and Pookies and trying to get all this attention, doing all this other stuff. Why are you not at your house? So you have men and women who do not want to take responsibility. And you have, because the man chose to leave, okay, I get not in every case, but I'm talking about generally. You have the man who chose to leave, so the woman has to do it, and she is also not taking responsibility. So it's crazy to say, oh, it's only on one side. No, it's on both sides at the end of the day. So that's something that I think is really crazy. And then you blame the black woman. I mean, you blame them for stuff that ain't got anything to do with them. No one told you to go and shoot up a school. No one told you to go and do a mass shooting. No one told you to go and kill little Tiffany. No one told you to go and do this. No one told you to be a repeat offender. No one told you to go and steal that car. No one told you to go and rob that bank. No one told you to sexually assault that person. How is that the woman's fault? Well, she didn't teach me right from wrong. You don't know that stealing is wrong? You don't know that this is wrong? You don't know that hanging around these kind of people is wrong? No? You're going to really sit there and tell me that you didn't know any of this stuff was wrong. And then you look at these people's faces and then you see what it is. But the main problem that I've noticed in the black community is the lack there of a father figure. These boys, these men, these young men, they need a father in their life. The significance of having a father in your life could show you your worth. The mother should be doing it as well. More so for the little girl. Now she has to be mother and father. You should be in your kid's life. Something amazing that I saw was in that case where the sixth grader, what I thought was pretty interesting was how there was a group, and you've seen about 35 or so black men, and they were going out and they were saying, like, essentially they want to stop this gun violence in amongst youth, okay, amongst black little boys, black males. They want to stop it. So again, I'm not understanding why we cannot see that everywhere. Why is it that this isolated group is having to do it, but then nobody else is wanting to do it? Nobody else is wanting to help out. Nobody else is wanting to patrol their own communities. You have young boys going out here committing robberies, sexual assaults on other people, killings, murders, it's just random shootings. And for what? And where is the black man to say, yo, we're not doing this? You're not doing this. We're going to teach you. We're going to help you. Hey, I don't care if I don't care. Okay, you having a problem with your mama? You could always come to my crib. Have a community. But people just live in a place and they don't have any sense of community, any sense of belonging. And then they turn around and it's like, well, I don't get why, it's like this. Maybe because the father figure or the male figure that's in your life is also slinging dope with you. Maybe that's why. I would say that's pretty much of a bad influence. How about all y'all get together, start a car wash, start a small business, do something productive. I don't care if you are dancing for money online, you're doing TikTok videos or something. Do something productive. But no, everything is always, we got to do the easy way, and that's selling the drugs so we don't have to work and do this and do that. And then you want to go around and then blame the black mama who had to take responsibility for two people now, herself and you. Now it's her fault. Now she's the bad. Both sides are a problem. Yes, you have a lot of people who are not as attentive. You have a lot of black women who are treating their little boys as their king, my prince. That means you're a queen or a princess to your son. Got the kids still sleeping in the bed with them. You're more strict on the girl than you are on the boy. And then you wonder why these boys are out here running the streets, doing what it is that they're doing, not caring, cussing you out, coming in at any time of the night. But don't let your daughter do it. Ooh, don't let your daughter do it. Oh, she do it. Oh no, she ain't good. She bad. But him, I could let him do it all he wants. And that's the problem. Because I feel like this, and I don't know why you have a lot of black women that do that. Oh, my king, he's this for me. He's this for me. You care more about him than anybody else. But this is something that I don't get, and it's like, you could turn around and do that. But then it's like for the girl, and oh, no, you being too fast. And then you wonder why he's out here running these streets. Because you didn't put any real discipline. And I feel like if the black male was in their life in a real way, not seeing you once every month or twice every month, if you were really there, really caring, you would make sure that your kid ain't doing that. But if you're already tainted, all you're going to do is taint the other person. I just thought that this was pretty weird. How you're gonna go and say like, oh well, the black women, they need to go because the black males, we're fine. There's the woman, they're the problem. And it's like, I think it takes two to have a kid.